There it is. Tic-tac-toe, 10 in a row for the Dallas Stars. They win again last night. We streamed the game last night, me, Dom, and Savannah. We had a great time with everyone in chat. Had a blast. We had a blast winning. We're having a blast with the Power Friendship team. You know, no Mikko Rantanen, no Rope, hence doesn't matter. The boys are winning 10 in a row, 4-0 after the Olympic break. They're up 19-5 in goals scored and goals against after the Olympic break. We're here on Clean Sheet of Ice, the Texas Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Stone Strankman, joined always by Dom Garcia. How we doing, bud?
You know, Stone, there was weeks in between this winning streak, so it feels kind of awkward, but this is a literal historic run that these boys are on. And God, it's so much fun getting to the third period and already having the game in hand and just enjoying yourself and watching Liam Bishop go out and lay some giant hits.
That was fun. Liam getting into Kadri's face last night against Calgary. That was fun. That was a good time. Yeah, the boys are on a 10-game win streak. Look, on our last episode, on Monday's episode, I just requested a shit pumping of Vancouver. And we didn't predict the Calgary game because we didn't know what was going to happen against Vancouver. I just needed a shit pumping. I just needed one where they just kind of beat the tar out of someone. Well, buddy, did they ever do that? And then they just did it again the next night with Sam Steele, Matt Duchene, Jamie Benn, just Wyatt Johnson, Jason Robertson. Like, they're all just buzzing right now. They're fighting for pucks. They're fastest to the puck each and every game over the last two games. They're just playing incredibly hard for 60 full minutes, which is a blessing to see because before the break, we were getting about 40 good minutes, and then the last 20 was a little shaky, right? Now we're playing 60 full minutes since the break for the most part. Obviously, the Nashville game didn't go necessarily our way the first 20 minutes, but after that, they were fine. So they're playing really well right now, and you're about to get some reinforcements here on Friday, and the trade deadline is this week.
Yeah, and, you know, the scoring has been up, the shit pumping has been awesome, but above all that, like, the defense has been stellar. Like, entries into the D zone for other teams has just been a nightmare. Like, you're seeing these one goals, you know, two, like, these guys are not giving you a chance to get into high danger, and it's fun to see.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I have my tweet notifications on, so I just had to look, and there was a bunch of tweets that just started rolling through. It's NFL. It's Ian Rappaport. Don't care. Yeah, last night Stars win against Calgary 6-1. Western Canada trip. You sweep that. You win that 12-2 in the aggregate there. That was pretty fun. Last night though was the Matt Duchene game. Yeah. It was the Matt Duchene that we know and love. 4 assists last night against a struggling Calgary team. Sure. The trade deadline is literally 2 days away now. All those guys in the locker room are probably wondering whether they're going to be there, whether they're going to have to stay, whether they're going to have to find a new place to live, whatever it is. The team's not good. It is what it is. But Matt Duchene, 4 assists last night. Sam Steele, 2 goals last night. Jamie Benn batting one out of the air. Maverick Bourque getting in the mix there. And then, you know, why not Nathan Bastian? Why not Wyatt Johnson, 21st power play goal of the season? Like, 6 goals, all kind of in different ways, all different in their own ways, just because, like, you had the tips, you had the grimy ones, you had the ones up and close, like the Wyatt one at the end. It was just a weird game on offense, and you take that all day long because you were creating chaos. You're getting to the front of the net and just screening the goalie whenever you needed to. You were playing phenomenal offense and great defense. I thought it was a phenomenal game last night.
Yeah, and I've been loving the way Maverick Bourque has been getting his name in the stats game after game after game, it feels. And Matt Duchene, man, when you let him play free and you just give him the freedom to make the calls on the ice with the puck on his stick, good things happen. And boy, he was feeling it last night.
Yeah, and look, Matt Duchene, it took him a while to come back. Before the break, we're like, man, he's starting to come on. Like, he's scoring some goals. He's getting some assists. He's doing some passes that we normally see out of Matt Duchene. The little pirouette half turn that he comes in on the right side of the ice, gets halfway down into the ozone, and then does that little half turn. He started doing that a lot more. You're like, okay, starting to buzz a little bit. And then the break happens. You're like, it's the worst time possible for this guy to get a break because he didn't need it. He was starting to feel it a little bit, and he needed to feel the game rhythm and just being at game speed and all that kind of stuff. And then he comes back and he's doing the same thing. It didn't matter. It didn't affect him that much. Savannah talked about it last night on the stream when she talked to him last week about how he went up to Canada, skated on a pond with his son Bo, like, just having a good time up there. He skated every day. He was up in Canada, and he gets some pads when he gets back. Everything was fine. Sam Steele, though, we found his spot. we found a spot, I think. Matt Duchene, Sam Steele, and Jamie Benn. That is the line, and maybe the least likely line. If you told me coming into the season that this was going to be the line that starts to buzz here in March, we're like, what happened? What was wrong with the team? And nothing's really wrong with the team outside of a few injuries here, obviously. That line's buzzing. Sam Steele has just been kind of in the muck. He's not the goal scorer. He's kind of a playmaker. He's a Swiss Army knife, but Matt Duchene's setting him up, Jamie Benn's setting him up, and Sam Steele's kind of coming in delivering. He scored his 10th goal of the season last night with 2 goals and some sick feeds from Matt Duchene.
He was just finding the puck at the right spots, and he's quick decision maker. So, when he sees space, whether he's completely out of the play or not, he'll get there. And it's really good to see him, because I remember it being rough up there and with that top line, and just fans were really giving it to him. And I knew the player that we have. I knew what he was capable of, and this is exactly what he's capable of.
Yeah, and him on the top line with Mikko and Wyatt, and Mikko delivers the craziest passes of all time. And it takes a certain type of player to be able to finish those passes, and Sam Steele just wasn't finishing. So that's frustrating in a way, because you have all these opportunities. But now Sam playing with Matt Duchene, who kind of does a lot of the same things that Mikko can do, just scores a little bit higher rate than what Mikko will right now, I think, because Mikko's kind of the setup guy. He's going to see the vision. It's a little bit different with Matt and Mikko. They're 2 different players, but they do a lot of the same things. You can tell when Matt Duchene gives Sam a pass that he doesn't score on, and he feels like he should have scored on. You can see Matt's pretty pissed, a lot like you could see Mikko was pissed earlier in the season. But it happens a little bit less now. I think Sam is being able to distribute a little bit more to Matt Duchene and give those give-and-go passes, or Jamie Benn's on the other side, and he's able to finish them. So that's a really fun line right now. It's the only line that they kind of have put together that's whole right now before the deadline, before some injuries come back. Rope hints, we were told last night by Glenn Goldson and shout out to Mike Heika for sending those in our group. But we were told that Rope hints is likely going to play on Friday. If he doesn't play Friday, he'll definitely be playing on Sunday. So that's great news for the Stars. It's one of your main centers, center 1, center 2, that you're getting back, and you have him on the power play. And then we'll still have to wait and see on Mikko. We're a week away from figuring out what happens with Mikko, I think.
Yeah, that's good. And, what I've loved with these guys being out is these 4th liners, these 3rd liners, they're deep into the 3rd period, still diving for pucks. They're still making it a problem, even when they're up by 4 goals or 5 goals. And last night, what was super interesting was, I think Miro had the least amount of ice time he's had all season, and it was still 20 minutes. He just, to be able to spread around the ice time last night was probably as even as possible. And from line to line, didn't matter who was out there, we still felt in unison, and we still felt we had a plan defensively and offensively.
Yeah, that 3rd period, they had Joel Hamley had another delay of game, puck over the glass, which was funny. Stars legend. It's 1:44 into the period. It just started. They didn't even put Miro out on the power play. It's we're getting Miro some rest. This is great. And yeah, he still played over 20 minutes. But it's what you got to do when you're top D man and you're on the power play, or you're on the penalty kill a handful of times too. And we had a lot of penalties yesterday. So it wasn't a completely clean game necessarily. You had 8 penalty minutes to their 12. Hits were 16 to 18, so nothing special there. Block shots were super down, but Calgary didn't have a ton of shots. Not a lot of giveaways in comparison to them. You had the same amount of takeaways. You dominated the faceoff circle, 60 to 40%, and you went 1 for 5 on the power play. So nothing special. Once they get Rope back, once they get Mikko back, that power play starts to jump back up, because your top power play unit has your top guys, and then Matt Duchene, Jamie Benn fall to the 2nd unit. That helps out the 2nd unit, obviously, with Thomas Harley, Matt Duchene, Jamie Benn. And then you can throw Sam Steele, Ritzy, whoever you want on that 2nd pairing of the power play. But overall, just a great game last night. We enjoyed it on stream. Thanks for hanging out with us. That was a lot of fun last night.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And, getting to starting off the rip with just pressure on pressure. I think in the first period, DeSmith had faced 3 shots. It was something extremely low like that. And it was so fun to just not even worry and know every single bounce felt like it was going our way.
Yeah, that first period, you get the first goal by Sam Steele. A little over a minute later, Morgan Frost scores for Calgary off a tip-in, sick tip.
Yeah.
Nothing really Casey could have done on that one. He was in the right position, tip redirected it a completely different way. It is what it is. Tied 1-1. You're like, all right. I mean, not ideal. It's a minute later. Not very fun. But then just about 2 minutes later, Jamie Benn bats one out of the air like he's playing baseball. And you get the goal right back. You're up 2-1, heading into that first intermission, feeling fine. And then second period, I mean, you scored 4 goals. We put the over-under as we were watching it at 6.5. They did not go over, but it was set the line at 6.5, I think, when we had scored 4 goals. So I was like, I don't know, got a chance here. They should have. They could have, but they didn't. And it is what it is. But you win that one 6-1. But Dom, it's time for the listeners and the viewers to win something as well. It's finally time. We're at 251 subscribers as we're recording this right now on Wednesday morning, right after the Calgary game. It's time. The Mikko Rantanen bobblehead will finally be given away. I've been thinking a lot about what the buzzword needs to be. So in order to win, you need to comment on this video, and you need to comment tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. Tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. You comment that at the bottom of this YouTube. So if you're listening to us on audio platforms like Apple and Spotify, just head over to Clean Sheet of Ice on YouTube. Comment tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. You don't have to do anything else to the video. Give us a like while you're there. If you're going to comment, you might as well give us a like. That's fair game. And if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. It just helps us out, helps us get in the algorithm, helps us reach more Stars fans so we can do more giveaways. Because we've already planned our next one, which we'll announce next week when we give this bad boy out on Sunday when we record. We're going to give the Mikko Rantanen bobblehead away. So tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. Comment that on our YouTube at Clean Sheet of Ice. We'll pick a winner on Sunday when we record, so that'll be out on Monday morning, and we'll find out who wins it. Then you'll just contact us through DMs on any of our social medias, on Clean Sheet of Ice, or my personal ones or Dom's personal ones. You can reach out to us on social media and claim your prize, and we'll ship it out then. But tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. Enter to win that Mikko Rantanen bobblehead. And then at 500 subscribers, we have a new giveaway. We're going to have a new giveaway. We've already planned it out. We know what it's going to be, but we'll kind of tease that a little bit on Sunday after we give out the Mikko Rantanen bobblehead. We'll spin a wheel. It's kind of just chance. So you got to enter tic-tac-toe 10 in a row. Comment that on the YouTube, and we'll give away that Mikko Rantanen bobblehead.
Yeah, and the speed at which we've gotten to 250 has been unbelievable. And I mean, knowing what's coming next, like it's just we all gas. Like it's going to be a heater, just like the Stars are on right now.
Yeah, we're really excited for the playoffs. Obviously, we're a little over a month away from the playoffs starting. I would love to hit 500 subscribers by the time the playoffs start. We'd love to do that because that unlocks a lot of features for us on YouTube to be able to make a little bit more money so we can do more giveaways to you guys. That's kind of how this works. We're putting money into this podcast. We're putting money into our YouTube channel, and we're trying to give it away to you guys through forms of bobbleheads or through some other things that we're planning on doing. Obviously, at 1,000, we're going to give away a jersey. We're trying to use that money to be able to give back to you viewers because you are the people that keep us going. We love the Stars. We want to talk about the Stars, but we only want to do it if someone actually wants to listen to us. Seems like they do. We're going to keep on doing it. So we want to keep giving back to you guys. So get us to 500 subs. We'll do another giveaway then. That unlocks a lot of things for us to help do more giveaways here in the future. So hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everyone that's been tuning in for the last year. Obviously, with the new channel starting here in December, that was a kind of a journey. We had to grow this channel brick by brick, just like the Apollo channel did. And we're on the right path. So we appreciate everyone tuning in. We appreciate all the Stars fans that have been here since the beginning and everyone that's popped in over the last week or so. We appreciate you guys.
Oh, absolutely. And man, I'm feeling it right now. You know, Stars are on heater, trade deadline's coming up, playoffs, we'll blink and we'll be at the playoffs. Like it's a great time to be rooting on Texas hockey.
Yeah, and my April is going to be freaking insane, dude. Got to go to Alabama the first week. I got to go to Georgia. Might be going to the Masters the next week. And then I'm coming home and it's playoff time. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy April. I'm excited for it. It's going to be chaotic. Next thing we're going to talk about is Vancouver. The Vancouver game, 6-1. Obviously, the Stars win that one. Back-to-back, sweep the road trip there. This was maybe more dominance than it was against Calgary, and I thought Calgary had no chance after that second goal went in. The Vancouver game, kind of the same thing. Evander Kane gets the first goal. Weird defense, not that great. It is what it is. He kind of kicks it in. He uses his skates. It is what it is. Evander Kane doing his, hey, look at me, guys. scored a goal against you guys. Want to trade for me? He was doing that impression. But then Adam Murney gets a weird bounce off of the boards. You're tied 1-1. And then it just snowballed in the second period. The shots were 37-14 overall at the end of the game. The Stars were 1 for 2 on the power play, and they were 2 for 2 on the PK. They had the same amount of hits. They didn't have a ton of block shots because the Canucks didn't have a lot of shots. Not a lot of giveaways, not a lot of takeaways. Like, this was just an utter dominance there, especially in that second and third period against Vancouver, which is a team that is really, really bad, like worse than Calgary, worse than the Western Conference. It is what it is, but an absolute shit pump that I requested, that I wanted, that we received on Monday and got another one on Tuesday. That's a blast for me. Back-to-back 6-1 games. That's sick.
Yeah, they absolutely ruled the neutral zone for the amount. This was what was it, like a 9 p.m. puck drop?
Yeah, it was 9 p.m.
Once I saw this team go up like 3-1, I was like, all right, I've seen what I needed to see. Like, I can pass out right here on this couch behind me. That's what I did. And when I woke up, I saw there was even more of a drumming than what I thought there was. And just when you go back and watch that third period, like, both benches knew there was no way Vancouver was going to win a puck battle that night. And we say it time and time again, man. Maverick Borg is out. I mean, his contract will be up, but boy, is he playing. Is he going to earn himself some money this offseason? Because he's looking really good.
Yeah, he's just being confident. That hit last night on that 6'8" dude for Calgary, 6'6" dude, that kind of blew through Ernie there, and then Maverick retaliated and knocked him off his ass. I thought that's just a confident hockey player right now. And that's what you wanted this season. Like, we signed him to another small deal. I think he's still going to be an RFA next summer. But you look at him and you're just like, yeah, you haven't produced this much. You haven't really contributed in the aspects that we anticipated you to do. We thought you'd grow a little bit faster. We thought Logan Stankoven. By the way, you look at that. Look at Logan Stankoven's numbers and look at Maverick Bork's numbers. Same player.
Pretty much.
Same player. So that's interesting to look at, you know. Not a shot at Logan at all, but everyone was like, man, I wish we would have traded Mav. And in order to get that trade done, we had to trade Logan. It is what it is. You got Mikko fucking Rantanen back. It is what it is. You're going to be fine. It's fine. Maverick is playing very confident right now. He's playing on both ends of the ice. He's playing pretty confident. He's throwing shots at the net. He's facilitating on offense. He's throwing hits at every chance he can get. If you're in person, because they don't necessarily show every single hit on TV. If you're in person at these games, Maverick Bork's flying around looking for hits. So that screams to me that he's a confident hockey player, and you absolutely need that heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, these past couple of games, we've seen the fourth liners go crazy. And when we get everybody healthy, it's going to be a tough call to make on who and who's out. Like, you want it to be that way for Gulletson, and I'd rather have it that way than have a clear defined, like, these guys are only in a situation when we're down a guy or two. Anybody I point to can go out there and make a play, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, and we said that last year. We're like, man, I wish Colin Blackwell would play a little bit more here in the playoffs. And then he comes in that game 2 against Colorado, scores an OT winner, and you're like, see, Colin Blackwell, he just does it. He just does these things. We have like 6 of those guys now with Ritzy, Sam Steele, Colin Blackwell, Oscar Beck, Radek, Fox, Adam Murray, and now Nathan Bastian's up in the mix too, like playing a pretty good week here. In these last 4 games, he's been playing really well. So you got a bunch of dudes that you just feel super confident about. You know what I feel super confident about, Dom? Liam Bichel.
Absolutely.
That game against Vancouver was unreal. So that first goal, I'm trying to pull up the visualizing part of it right now because I'm trying to remember which one the first one was. So he had a little bit of cycles. Yeah, this was a fun one. So it gets cycled up to the top. Lyubushkin sends it over to Bichel. Bichel sends it over to Sam Steele, who comes to the top, sends it back over to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin sees a cutting Liam Bichel towards the middle of the ice, towards the middle of the ozone, going in on the offense because he saw Sam Steele was coming up top. This is what we needed out of Liam Bichel, just something where he was going to come in and add a little bit on offense. It's nothing crazy or anything, but take chances, take good shots. That one was really fun. At the end of the day. And then his last goal there towards the end of the game, 4 or 5 minutes left, he just kind of did the same thing. He trickled into the play a little bit. It's kind of teasing him. Maverick Bork finds him as he coming in. He goes short side on the goaltender there. It's the 6th goal of the game. It is what it is. Like, maybe they're not trying as hard. But I thought that was tremendous because you saw what Liam Bischel's shot can do and how he can damage a team. And while it's still Vancouver and they weren't doing a whole lot, that's still a sick shot. And if you can just add that, and that's on your third pairing with Thomas Harley and Miro Heiskanen on your other 2 pairings, it's like you got a left-handed D that can play offense through the lineup. And all you got to really do is have a right-handed D that's able to sit back and play responsible defense for those guys to get back in the muck.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you're Liam, like being on this roster with so much talent, I'm sure it's hard to just kind of go for it and call your shot and not be afraid to make a play. But with this time and these guys off, like you kind of get that free reign. And now he has that confidence that, when we are at full strength, I can be aggressive and I can go out there and do something that maybe not the arena or the coaching staff would expect me to do. And now we know he can do it.
Yeah, and you saw signs of it last year. You just did. You saw a handful of signs about it, and you're like, man, he's got a lot of skill with the puck. His skating ability was really good. His stick handling was pretty decent in the D zone, trying to get it out. We were like, that's like Miro Light, what he was doing, or just taking it behind the net and just going for it. And we're like, wow, that's impressive. So then we just needed to see some more on the offensive side. I think we're starting to feel that. And if he's going to be that confident, he'll start doing it. It'll be fine. Dom, looking at the standings right now, we're 6 points back of Colorado, who's on a 3-game win streak. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're still good, right? And they have a game at hand on us. They played 60. We played 61. The good news is through this 10-game win streak, we thought we weren't really gaining any steam on any teams with Minnesota and Colorado there. And then you get back to the Olympic break. Minnesota 7-2-1 in their last 10, so still barn burning basically. They're on a 1-game win streak. They won last night. They have played one more game than the Stars have, and now we are up 3 points on the Minnesota Wild. So that is a decent cushion to have. They got to win 1 and an OT to tie us, and we got to lose 2 in a row. So see what happens there as you're kind of coming down the stretch. But it's going to be a dogfight till the end. So you're not going to win every game. We're not going to go on a 20-game win streak here. It's the NHL. It's the show. Like, people are going to beat us. It is what it is. And it's probably going to happen in the next 6 games because we're going to be at home and we're going to let one go and we're going to let 2 go maybe. But the trick is just not to lose more than 2 in a row, right? Come back, you win some games, start a new streak. It is what it is. But the cushion in the standings is getting a little bit different. So I like to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, perfect timing because on stream yesterday we looked at the schedule for Dallas going forward, and boy, it gets to a point where it's like a murderous row of just elite team after elite team. And you don't know how long this Stars roster can hold without their top guys. We know for sure now that some of them are coming back this week, which is awesome. But yeah, like accumulating points at this rate has been very vital to this team. 10 in a row is nothing to laugh at. I mean, Colorado, the highest win streak they had this season was 8. So that tells you what kind of run. I mean, I think Dallas right now is on pace for over 110 points, which is unreal. I don't remember how many we had last year, but it feels like we'd had more. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're on pace for 112 right now. If they continued on the same pace right now as they have been all season, I think Colorado finishes with 124. We would finish with 112 or 114, something like that. So we're on a crazy pace, a pace that we haven't had in a very long time. We're consistent 100-point guys for over the last 3 seasons, right? We're right in the mix. We're right in the Central Division crown. We're right in the Western Conference crown kind of mix. We're right there. This season's kind of an anomaly where you have 3 teams that are significantly better than everyone else in the league, with the Wild, the Stars, and the Avalanche. Obviously, the Lightning have come all the way on. The Canes are doing really well as well. So you got a little mix right there in the Eastern Conference. But it's an interesting one because we're about to start a 6-game homestand, longest homestand of the season. It's going to be Colorado, Chicago, Vegas, Edmonton, Detroit, and Utah, all with only 1 day rest in between each game. So that is good for the Stars because they usually play better on only 1 day rest. When they have 2 days rest, they don't usually play well. It's bad news that we're playing Colorado on Friday. But yeah, you got the trade deadline. You're supposed to get Rope Hintz hopefully back on Friday. If not Friday, it'll be back on Sunday. and you might have a couple of pieces to add to the roster here on a Wednesday or Thursday. They can make a trade today. They can make a trade tomorrow. And then obviously Friday is the deadline. They can make as many trades as they wanted to. So we'll have to wait and see what the trade deadline brings us.
Yeah, and all of the hockey world is expecting Dallas to do something. Um, when they look at other teams, they're kind of like, man, I don't know. It's a weird market this offseason, but everyone's kind of in agreement. Like, number one, players are asking that are on rebuilding teams, that are on selling teams, hey, think about Dallas for me, please. And then Dallas, unfortunately, with the Tyler Seguin money, has room to make something happen. And um, I've kind of played volleyball in my mind with like the direction I'd want Jim to go. And it just, I know he's not going to make the wrong call. I'm just like, man, is it a center? Is it a wing? Is it a defense? I'm pretty sure it will be a defenseman at the very least, but you never know. It's just really fun to think of someone's going to come in here and immediately grab to Glenn Gullickson's philosophy and hatch onto this team like our fourth liners have. I mean, I can see that happening. Just the chemistry is there to just add a guy and immediately make an impact.
Yeah, my best guess is a right-handed D to pair with Thomas Harley and some sort of left winger that you can throw on the top line with Mikko and Wyatt, if that's the route that they go. That is my best guess as to what they do. Obviously, you have the Spit and Chicklets rumor yesterday with Brady Tkachuk, Jason Robertson, that whole mess on Twitter. Like, don't pay attention to those guys. Like I say, every time on this episode, when we get to the deadline, you pay attention to Elliot Friedman and the Dallas Stars and pretty much no one else. Look, if a Dallas Stars reporter is tweeting something out, then that is true. Like Robert, Leah, Sam, whoever it is, like you can believe them as well. But we usually don't. We're typically not in the breaking news business on that front. So I'd be surprised if someone gets that because I don't know what that looks like behind the scenes, who you're talking to or anything like that, because I'm not doing that. I don't think they would give me the information. That's the other thing. But it is what it is. So if you see it from a Stars reporter, Elliot Friedman, or the Dallas Stars themselves, then you can kind of get your hopes up or start believing in some things. Otherwise, don't believe a thing. Just don't believe a thing.
Yeah, and Elliot kind of stirs the pot week out, 2 weeks out of the trade deadline. And I don't think Stars fans understand. It's because it's always coming from the other teams. Like nothing gets out of Dallas's management. And I mean, Stone knows this firsthand. They don't let anybody know anything. So when Elliot does get a scoop, it's from the other team contacting and having conversations with Dallas. And sometimes they amount to nothing. But all he reports on is what he's told. And what he's told is, we had talks with Dallas. Things are at this point. We'll see if they move forward. So, like, I've said this many times. It's frustrating as a Dallas fan because they're so good at their job. And what they do is hold their cards to the very end. When the trade happened, last year we had a show and we mentioned Mikael Granlund's name. And we thought it'd be fun. We had no buzz until the trade went down, that there were even talks of this trade happening with San Jose, and then it happened. And so that's what happens with Dallas management. It sucks as a fan, but it's great as a fan at the same time because you wake up and, oh, you just made your team tremendously better. And that's just how Dallas operates as a hockey club.
Yeah, the Granny trade, it was 30-ish minutes before the trade actually officially was called. Friedman tweeted it out, and we're like, oh, shit, they're talking about Granny. And then all of a sudden, CC was thrown in the trade. And then there's a first-round pick going out. We're like, we didn't know what was going on, right?
Yeah.
Like, until the trade actually happened. And then, obviously, midnight, basically before the deadline occurs the next afternoon on a Friday, I believe, I'm in the middle of Arkansas. I'm driving to Alabama. We stop at a hotel. It's midnight. Get in, start scrolling. All of a sudden, I get a notification. I'm about to put the phone down. Get a notification. Mikko Rantanen and the Dallas Stars have some momentum towards a deal. And I'm like, whoa, wait, I'm supposed to sleep now? I can't sleep now. That was crazy. So things happen sometimes a little slower and sometimes things get out. Like Carolina probably let that one out. And then obviously you get the news about Logan Stankoven getting out, and Jim Nill was upset about that. The Stars were upset about that in the room because that's not like this organization for something to get out. So I would assume something on the Carolina end last year is what started leaking, and they were upset that got leaked. Look, things aren't getting leaked. You're getting a 30-minute heads up from Elliot Friedman and before something's actually official. So I just kind of look at it that way. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. How fun could it be? I have no idea. It could be crazy. It could be nutty. We could have another Mikko Rantanen type of trade. Wouldn't be shocked. Would be shocked, but wouldn't be shocked, because it's Jim Nill. And I wouldn't be shocked if you're just picking up a granny trade like you did last year, granny CC package deal from a team, Vancouver, Calgary, whoever it is, Philly. You could look at all over the place and just pick up a left winger, pick up a right-handed D, move on with your life. This team's really good. You get Mikko back, get Rope back. Everything's going to be just fine. So deadline's going to be fun. I think tomorrow, TBD, we haven't decided yet. We might have another episode talking about our trade deadline wish list, maybe what the rumors are going around that we've seen online or what Savannah has heard potentially. We may do that. And then on Friday, if anything crazy happens, or if anything happens really on Friday, we'll probably go live right after Jim Nill talks to the media after the deadline, which is at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Jim will talk to us at a TBD time, and then we'll hopefully go live right after that. That's the plan right now. That's what we're working with.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this to kind of wrap up my thoughts on heading into this trade deadline. The Mikko Rantanen trade sets you up tremendously. The Wyatt Johnston extension sets you up tremendously. I was talking to a fellow Stars fan. He was like, man, if we can get like a Tanev type of guy to come in and fill a role, like that's like the level of blockbuster trade that we need because this team is already so good. If we get like a Marchman to just be an asshole in front of the net, that would also be awesome. But we don't need that much more. This team is buzzing so well. The coach has done such a great job in kind of making plans and switching up lines. And we're at a point now where we don't need a blockbuster. If we do have one, it would be crazy, but we don't need it. We just need to continue to steady this ship and maybe add, a friendly compliment or two to this roster.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything crazy. So don't get your hopes up too hard like I do every year because I get excited. But I'm not expecting anything crazy this year. I think it's just going to be pieces that just kind of, like you said, complement the team, that fill out the team, that you just have no holes left. And if those guys don't play in the playoffs and the guys that you already had do play, it's fine because anyone's going to get hurt. There's going to be people that get hurt in the playoffs. You're going to need some extra bodies. I think that's kind of what they're looking at. And at the end of the day, they're going to make some moves. We're just interested to see what those moves are. So hopefully we'll be live on Friday. If something happens, we'll go live on Friday afternoon. So no episode on Friday morning. We're going to be waiting on the deadline to actually happen. So we won't preview the Colorado game. We know what it is. It's Colorado versus the Stars. There's going to be animosity. It's going to be an AAC. It's going to be loud and proud. It's going to be a lot of fun. Dom, you got anything before we get out of here?
Man, just, obviously you can't win every game, but go into every game feeling the confidence to go win every puck battle. Because if you do, you're going to set yourself up. And I'm loving the way that particularly this penalty kill is playing. And I'm loving the way this blue line just makes it impossible to get through. So literally, keep doing your thing. And every third period's so much better when you have a lead. So let's just continue that momentum going forward.
Yeah. Just keep on cruising, keep on doing what you're doing, and the wins will come, the points will come. It'll be a good time. So trade deadline Friday. It's exciting times. Make sure you comment tic-tac-toe 10 in a row on this episode only on Clean Sheet Device on YouTube. If you're an audio listener, make sure you go to the YouTube to enter to win that Mikko Rantanen bobblehead. I want to give it away. I want to get it off my desk. I want to put something new on my desk so we can give it away at 500 subs. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already on audio platforms like Apple and Spotify, and obviously on our YouTube at Clean Sheet of Ice. And we'll be back hopefully on Friday with a live stream about the trade deadline of Clean Sheet of Ice, Texas Hockey Podcast.